My name is Cameron Menard, and I'm going to be talking to you about esports in North America. So I've been playing games since I was a kid, and I still play games, video games, but I mainly play with friends, and I do it for fun. I don't do it competitively. However, that doesn't mean that there's not a competitive scene. The competitive esports scene is growing exponentially, a lot faster than most people would have thought, and it hasn't died out yet. Especially during COVID, it has been thrown into the limelight because traditional sports could not be played during lockdown. So esports and online games took the forefront. Since you don't have to be there in person, you can just play online. So I'm going to try and break it down from the perspective of a viewer, of a corporation that's looking to be a partner or a sponsor, and from a prospective player. So as a viewer, it's a little different from traditional sports, where traditional sports is you want to go to the game in person. And there's plenty of opportunities to see games in person, and it's the most fun because you get to be with other fans and have a blast and cheer for your team. For esports and online gaming, it's a little less focused on being there in person and more focused on watching online and interacting with the chat there. However, if you do want to be in person, you can, the venue's a lot smaller, so you can be a lot more interactive with the players. After their games, they can come out, interact with the fans, and shake hands and talk and chat and take pictures. Whereas with traditional sports, they would just maybe take a picture if you're lucky, and then that was it. But the problem is that most of the esports, they don't move around state to state. They just stay in one central position, like for the League of Legends. For the League of Legends Championship Series, which is the LCS, that's the NA league. It's focused in Los Angeles. So if you don't live in Los Angeles, pretty good odds you're not going to see one of the games. So you have to take that into account. And it's not too crazy to watch it online. That's what most people do. So you'll get used to it, and you can watch it on Twitch or watch it streamed on YouTube. For potential brands, there are plenty of opportunities for sponsorships or partnerships. There are a lot of companies already in the scene, like State Farm, MasterCard, there's Spotify, and even Shell has a partnership. Which is weird because usually that's not their market, that's not their audience. However, they saw an opportunity to reach out to an audience they normally would never get. And that opportunity is available for many different brands. Brands like the Cash App, which it kind of is their market. Cash App has partnered with a team called 100 Thieves. It's a bit of a newer brand. They're a bit of a newer team. But they partnered to make their entire compound. They called it the Cash App Compound. It's that name forever. So that will be a household name in people and fans that are in support of that team. And it's not like there's not money in the scene. The Dota 2 World Championship tournament, the International, that's what they call it. In 2015, the prize pool was $18 million. However, in 2019, the prize pool was $34 million, which is nearly double the amount of the 2015 one. And it's growing exponentially. For players, though, you do want the money, but you also, you're usually passionate about the game. So it's an easy way, it's not easy, but it's a way to make money and make a career out of doing something that you already do and love. The salaries for players have been increasing over time, that's how it works for industries that are growing. In 2020, the salary for a LCS player was $400,000, which is a huge increase, 400% increase, which is like insane, from the 2017 salaries. And honestly, it's only getting bigger. It's going to be a lot larger in 2021. Now, my problem with the industry is that each esport game is owned by a game developer because they made the game. So if the developer tries to change the mechanics of the game, it might turn players and viewers off of the game, which causes a lot of problems with the longevity of each game. Some games have stayed constant and stable and have just grown over time. Games like League of Legends or Dota 2 or Overwatch. But a lot of games kind of fizzle out. They fizzle out because the game devs choose to change how it is, or viewers lose interest. However, that doesn't mean that the esports scene is dying. In fact, it's growing. And I think it's very enticing for potential brands and fans that are looking to get into something new and prospective players.